Elgato spent many years working on and launching new and updated versions of their Wave mic arms, but they finally launched the version that they're willing to call Pro. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the new Wave mic arm Pro, go over some of the features of this mic arm and who it might be for. Now, Elgato did send me this mic arm for free for purposes of making this video, but all the thoughts in this video are going to be based on my experience using this mic arm and who I think it's for. So when I first got this out of the box, I was really impressed with the quality of the finish on it. It's got a nice matte appearance to it, so it's not going to reflect on camera. And the nice thing about the low profile mic arm is if you're recording a podcast or you're streaming, it really doesn't get in the way of your actual shot. So it's just able to be nice and out of the frame and take up as little space as possible, especially when you compare it to a standard broadcast style mic arm. This has a couple special features that are included with it. It includes a 1.5-inch riser. So you can either have it in the lowest setting like this with an arm clearance of about 2.4 inches, or you can also raise it up. That gives you 3.9 inches of clearance. And then the mic arm is able to articulate right here. It goes very smooth, and there's an internal spring that you're able to adjust with the Allen wrench as well. So it's very easy to add or remove tension. I found that this worked really well, especially if you work in lower amounts of adjustment. So I decided to test this out with the Shure SM7B. This is a little bit heavier of a mic, and once I adjusted the tension and got it dialed in, there's no issues with it staying in place and then bringing it back down. Now, you will have to play with it a little bit out of the box. There wasn't enough tension on because I think most of Elgato's mics that they sell are a little bit more lightweight. The clamp on this opens to a maximum of 2.4 inches for a thick desktop surface, and you can put mics that have either a 1/4-20, a 3/8, or a 5/8 inch thread on it. The mic arm comes apart into 4 separate pieces. You get the riser, the clamp, the front arm, and the angle adjusting arm on it as well. The mic arm itself works really well. I find that adjusting the angle on it is very simple to do, especially once you get the tension added in as well. There is a ball head on the end of it, and they have a single knob. Unfortunately, the knob is probably the worst thing about this mic arm. The knob is made of plastic, and I find that it's just not super grippable, so I wish that they had put a better knob in it. But the ball head itself works really great, and unlike some of the other lower-end mic arms I've used in the past, you're actually able to point this up directly like this, or you can even adjust the angle more, so depending on your height, it's very easy to articulate the mic. You can also put it off to the side like this, and then you can just kind of move it out of the way. So there's a ton of adjustment when you take into consideration the angle of the arm and also the angle of the ball head. So whether you're using a mic like the SM7B or a condenser mic, it's going to work great. Another thing about it is it's very easy to get the XLR cable in, even on an SM7B. And some of the other mic arms I've used in the past, you have to buy thread adapters or just come up with jimmy rigs to make that work better. Another great feature of the Wave mic arm Pro is the built-in cable management. So these are magnetic. They come out pretty easily once you open it up. Then you're able to just very easily insert your XLR cable, or you can also use a USB cable in there as well, depending on the mic type you have. Also, if you want to pull these out easier, I recommend using the cable. You can kind of use that to get a little bit of leverage. It can be a little tricky sometimes. The magnets are pretty strong. Sometimes I use the tool to grab it and get it out. One thing I did notice is if you're adjusting your XLR cable, you can actually pop out the cable management cover on accident. So just be careful when you're adjusting your cable that you don't send the cover flying. The Wave mic arm Pro is also super flexible. It's very easy to move it out of the way and just get it off to the side of your setup whenever you're not using it, and then whenever you're ready to start recording or streaming, it's super easy to get it exactly where you want it. Here's a quick handling test of the mic arm. The Wave mic arm Pro does retail for $180, which is really too bad because that's quite a bit more expensive than the other Wave mic arms that Elgato has come out with in the past. It's also way more expensive than the Rode PSA-1 or the One Plus, and there's a lot of other lookalike mic arms on the internet that are going to be way cheaper than this mic arm. So the thing that I'm worried about is that pricing is going to scare people off from it. But after talking to some other people and looking at some other more professional mic arms, this is a lot more affordable than some of the other higher end ones, and that's exactly who Elgato designed this to compete with, is the higher end mic arms that most people don't even know exist. Because this one does really work well, the cable management works fantastic, and the spring on it is super adjustable and does a fantastic job. So I'm afraid people are going to ignore it just because it looks like any other old mic arm, but the quality is way higher, and the adjustability and the strength of it is also higher than many other mic arms out there as well. The biggest drawback to me with this is the knob on the ball head, and just the fact that you can't adjust the tension without a tool, but that's pretty standard. The Wave mic arm Pro feels kind of like an Apple product of the microphone and streaming world. Elgato just takes a design and they work through it several iterations, and then they make it almost perfect for the masses. The biggest con of this is the premium price that you're going to have to pay to get the Wave mic arm Pro, but this is the kind of stand that once you get it, you're going to have it for a really long time, and you're going to be really happy with it because of the quality and just the usability of the Wave Mic Arm Pro. If you're interested in buying this, I do have links in the description below. If you have any other questions about this, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Like this video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content.